Belle Tress City Collection has gone to Spain. Today we're here to take a look at Zaragoza, which is a Spanish city and part of the new Belle Tress City Collection. Zaragoza is a typical low-density, no Permatease style from Belle Tress made with heat-friendly fibers. I have her on my head, and we are going to learn all about her. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook, and I am here with 𝖺Kwell to bring you this review of Zaragoza. And I looked it up to make sure I was saying it correctly. This girl right here is part of their Spain city collection. They've got a whole bunch of different cities now that they're naming outside of the country of the United States that they're naming their wigs, and she's really cute. If you love yourself a low density piece, you don't want any Permatease, but you do like a more close face framing, a little bit of a fringe style, well, Zaragoza, this could be for you. They do have a number of other colors. So in this video, I am going to talk a little bit about the color I have, which is Macadamia Latte R, toward the end of the video. But for now, 𝖺Kwell is an online retailer that carries all the major name brands. Certainly Belle Tress, but almost all of the others. They also have their own line of wigs called Raya. They have a United States website, a Canadian website, as well as a UK website, and some in-person wig shops. You definitely want to check them out the next time you're in the market for a wig. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. So I had mentioned that this is a heat-friendly synthetic. So Belle Tress is known for their heat-friendly fibers. They're actually some of my favorite fibers on the market today. I really love them. And on a wig of this length, they're going to be wonderful. You aren't going to get a lot of friction on the ends of this piece. It's just short enough that it might graze your collar here and there, but it's really not going to be a problem. Heat-friendly fibers sometimes need a lot of maintenance on the longer pieces, and it's the friction on your clothing that causes that. And so the shorter pieces really don't have that issue. And so my preference truly, if I'm going to wear a wig at shoulder length or above, it's always going to be heat-friendly, would be my preference over human hair, over anything. I just think that they wear beautifully. They look so much like human hair. They feel so much like human hair, and the style is baked in, so no styling needed. This is the lace front, and Belle Tress makes my favorite lace fronts, I think, or at least some of my favorite lace fronts. They're very realistic. You can't really see the knotting. They're not densely knotted, so they do look like a natural hairline, although, you know, that's caveated because we all have different hairlines, but to my eye, they're very, very realistic. It's extended ear tab to ear tab. We do have a mono part, so it's a left on the left side of your head, hair parting to the right. That's what that is. Soft ear tabs with bendable stays. We do have an extended nape, Velcro adjusters, and then the rest is open wefted. So one of the tricky things about Belle Tress is that they have a number of collections, and every collection, I'm just cinching in these adjusters here, have a different cap. So you can't try just one Belle Tress wig and know how all the wigs from Belle Tress will fit you. You have to know what collection the wig is from, and then you can make some assumptions. So this one's from the City Collection, and it says that right there. And the City Collection is, their caps tend to run fairly true to average, not bigger than average though. I would consider that more true to average, but not bigger than average. Whereas Belle Tress's Luxe SE line tends to run larger than average. And so on this collection, I do cinch them in a little bit, but I don't have to cinch them all the way in. I have a 21 and roughly a 21.5 inch circumference. I'm a little bit smaller than 21.5. I do get extra cap up here on the Belle Tress City Collection, but not a lot. Some of the brands out there, I get a lot of extra cap in the crown because I'm very petite over the top of my head. All my measurements are down below in the description box. While I do get extra room in the City Collection, I don't get a lot. So I would say you can be really true to average. You can be somewhat bigger than me in your measurements, but if you find generally the major name brands fit you tight, the City collection may also then fit you tight because it is running pretty true to average. If you need a bigger cap size, I would absolutely look at the Luxe SE collection because that is running a lot bigger. I mentioned low density, no permatease, very flat to the top of the head, very natural density. I do not think this wig is going to be overwhelming to the vast majority of wig wearers who find wigs overwhelming. If you're new to wigs, it does not matter how flat the wig is, how low density the wig is. You do have to get used to seeing yourself with wigs on. So if you feel like wigs are overwhelming you, some of that is learning curve and exposure. But if you need something low density and flat to the head, you can't get much lower density or flatter to the head than this and still have it not be able to see through the cap. So they've done such a good job. I love tucking my wigs, and you can see when I tuck this one, it's even less. It just barely registers. It's so natural. I mean, really, truly. And if you are a bang wearer, well, this one does not, the bangs aren't meant to be a full bang. They're quite long. You could trim them up to be a full bang. I actually have a video where I show how to take a thinning razor versus a straight scissors, which needs a little skill and a little steadiness. A thinning razor will allow you to trim that up so you could wear a full bang, if you can envision what that would look like, and still be able to tuck it or wear it forward. So I do think that there is some opportunity on this one to make it your own. If you don't like bangs and you don't like hair on your face, you can get it off your face. It probably won't stay up like that, but you can take heat to this since it's heat friendly. I would actually start off maybe with a hair dryer and kind of hold it up and blow dry it back. Once you let it cool, then it will stay in place, and I maybe do that a few times. So you can get some lift in the front here. You can use a hot comb, you can use a hot air brush, and look at how cute that looks if you were to get a little lift in the front, and it just frames the face beautifully. So I do think there's some opportunity to customize this one. Let's talk about this color, Macadamia Latte R. I absolutely love this color. I need a wig in this color. I don't have one currently, and I just love this color. It's the perfect neutral blonde. So a blonde is a combination of a blonde and a brown. It's that in-between color that straddles the line of light brown and blonde. It definitely has light blonde highlights. So it's a combination of, what they're saying is a combination of a medium and a light brown. There's really not much in the way of medium brown in this one. I'm really not seeing much. More light brown, highlighted with light golden blonde and a mixture of ash blonde, light gold blonde, and then rooted with a medium and light brown. This root could not be more subtle, truly. The dark you see is literally right at the root. It doesn't come out at all. So it looks exactly like a shadow. It's better than a shadow. It is barely rooted. It is so good, you guys. It's always going to look darker in here, so you definitely want to check this out outside. If you're looking at that thinking that root's too dark, you need to look at this in the outside segment, which is coming, because it's really not. As a matter of fact, I am shocked how much I love this color because I tend to need darker roots. I'm a natural dark brunette, and I love it. And they did bring some of the highlights up to the top so that it is not regrowth. It looks intentional. And it's just the beautiful blend. And if you like visible highlights, I do, you would love this. I think this color is perfect for those of you who like, and I'm included in this, who don't really love the warm colors. I used to love warm colors. I don't love them anymore. I don't think they love me. So I'm gravitating away from the auburns and the redishes and the warm colors. And I love that this is more neutral because it doesn't look gray in any lighting. Cool colors can sometimes look gray in some lighting, which is fine. And I love cool colors too. But this is more neutral. So it's not pulling red. It's not pulling warmth. But it's also not pulling gray. So it's really right in between. And neutral colors generally flatter most people, because our skin tone sort of dictates whether warm or cool tones look good on us, but a neutral tone generally works for most people. So if you like a blonde, you like heavy highlights, but you like a little bit of light brown, you don't want it fully blonde, this Macadamia Latte R could be your color. Let's get outside so you can see this one outside. Thanks for watching. Don't forget about 𝖊𝗎. I appreciate you guys so much. See you soon. Here we go with Macadamia Latte R. This color may be becoming one of my favorites. I really like it. Unfortunately, Belle Tress is a fan of discontinuing styles and colors, so you just never know with them, but it's a good one. She's fresh out of the box, so don't judge how she's looking on me right now. I have not played with her at all. I just plopped her on. But there you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.